New Zealand has one of the highest rates of business startup in the world, and one of the highest rates of failure. But here to stop the rot, a mad butcher Peter Leach and his chief executive Michael Morton. With his flair for marketing and promotion, Peter can sell ice to Eskimos, while Mike is the numbers man with a sharp eye for the bottom line. A dream team for business nightmares. Tonight, the feathers are flying in a family-run chicken takeaway business.
The conflict that's happened in the business is there's too many chiefs and no Indians. And the chiefs go round and round in circles and don't come to agreements.
And a wannabe entrepreneur going too fast, too soon.
Mate, you got to learn to walk before you can run.
Yeah, and don't get your head up your backside.
Well, that's another way of putting it.
Tough talking, no excuses, tonight on A Mad Business. The Morgan family bought a chicken takeaway business in central Wellington 2 years ago.
It was a rundown little dumpy corner takeaway, which when I first saw walking up the street I wanted to cry, thinking, gosh, did we buy that?
We decided we'd work really, really hard, build it up and create a little bit of money just to buy our home.
The plan was spruce up the shop, charcoal grill the chicken to offer a unique, healthy product, and build an empire.
By 2010, we wanted 20 of these stores.
But despite 2 years hard yakka, the Morgans have still only got the one shop that sucks up all the business profit, so they're not any closer to their dream of buying a family home.
The business has been struggling a little, really.
Basically, we get bogged down where we are in this little shop, and it's very hard to see the openings that'll take us out.
They're always tired. Whenever they're home, they're tired. And I'll say, well, have you tried this with my new ideas? And they just need to have a sleep, actually.
But there's no rest for the workers, and no money either. You've heard about mates rates? Well, this business works on family rates.
It's paying a lot of other people, but it's not paying us what we need to survive.
I must admit, some of it's been very frustrating. I feel as though it's holding back on my personal life a little bit.
Our goal was 1 year later we would have the second shop open. And here we are 2.5 years later and we're still sitting in the shop.
So this family business has fallen foul, and the call has gone out to business brains Mad Butcher Peter Leach and his CEO Mike Morton. Two guys who know a bit about selling and a lot about eating.
I'm Mad, and this is the chicken shop. What's the name of the company?
Welcome, Chicky's Charcoal Chicken.
Chicky's Charcoal. Say that with a bit of enthusiasm.
Chicky's Charcoal Chicken!
No, Chicky's Charcoal Chicken!
No.
That's it, mate. Enthusiasm, man. Enthusiasm. You got to sell the product. G'day, I'm your old mate, the Mad Butcher. G'day, Chicky's Charcoal Chicken. I'm starting to believe it myself now.
Peter's enthusiasm is infectious, but Mike has a few searching questions.
You trade 7 days a week?
7 days a week.
Friday and a Thursday would be your busier days throughout the week.
What time do you close at night?
9 o'clock, it could be.
Mate, the drunks are still on the bars.
Was it a successful business when you bought it?
No, it was running about the same as it is now.
You've never thought
Yes.
that you may be in the wrong position? Firstly, no parking outside. I sat outside the shop for over an hour and a half. About 4 people walked past, so no foot traffic. No pedestrian crossing, and a bloody small sign up there that the sparrow couldn't see. Come on, boys, let's get over here.
Come on.
Come on, let's get over here. I'm going to show
let's
you.
go.
40 years. Stop the cars. Stop the cars.
Yeah,
here we go. All right. Now, I've just come to Welling. What is Chicky's? Is it a sauna parlour? Is it a brothel? What is it? I don't know. Why haven't you got something out there? Takeaway chicken, the best chicken takeaways in Wellington. Why haven't you got a sign on that window? This week, super special. You got to stop the cars. You got to get them to come into your store. They're driving past and not coming in.
Yep.
You got to work on it.
Yep.
It's simple.
Hold on
Come
a
on.
minute, Pete. I think it gets worse.
It's worse.
Have a look around the side here. This is the main road. It's opposite Hell's Pizza.
But while Hell's Pizza may be the opposition, the Morgans could learn from the company's aggressive promotional policy and home delivery service.
Every single person that works out of there should be looking at what you've got to offer. You've got nothing to offer.
You're right.
But I'm right that you've got nothing to offer, or you're not advertising that you've got anything to offer?
Both.
All right.
Let's get aggressive, boys. Let's get aggressive. Yay! Okay, BJ, show us what this here is for down here. This is the frontline action.
It was rolling.
Roast chicken.
Yeah, schnitzels for burgers, potatoes, pumpkin,
Now, this is something that you've got unique. You know, Kentucky Fried don't have this. Tell us how you go about doing it.
The best thing to describe is that there's no fat added to this. It causes a bit of smoke, and that's what gives it a slightly smoky flavour.
Yes.
What's a chicken worth, whole chicken?
$12.90.
How's that compared to a supermarket for a rotisserie chicken?
A little bit more expensive, probably by about $2.
Yeah.
But it's a unique bird. Very hard to get this anywhere else in New Zealand, and so we're not scared to charge a bit extra because we think it's worth it.
And what about this over here? What's this machine?
Jump on the other side of the
Okay.
counter. I'll serve you up something unique you've never tried before. So we add a bit of mash into this. In she comes. All automatic. Mixes with the water and the mash mix as it comes out. Bit of gravy on there as well.
And I'll do the sharp with Michael because I'm a bit peckish, to be fair.
Well, there's one to go, and I'll have another one up shortly.
Oh. Man, that's nice. That is nice.
Oh, just like grandmother used to make, eh?
Absolutely beautiful. Well, mate, you've showed us how you cook the chickens. We've tried the potato. Why don't you go and cook us a nice chicken burger now, son?
One way to boost profits is of course to cut costs, so the Morgans should look at sourcing cheaper product.
Best burgers in New Zealand, lads.
Perfect.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
So long as that doesn't compromise quality.
Let's go.
Smoke, I've got enough here now.
Let's go. These are good. Oh.
With their bellies full, Peter and Mike are set up to digest the state of Chicky's charcoal chicken.
I'm excited, Michael. They need a captain of the boat. I like them. I think they're a good family, and with my 40 years of retail experience, I know I can help them with a little bit of input from you. But let's get to bed because we've got a big day tomorrow as well.
Good night's sleep's what you need, Pete.
I always get one over him. They call me the king, the mad butcher, the king of retail.
And the king of comedy too, apparently. This next case, though, will sorely test his sense of humour. But there are some perks. Meet Robert Bruce. At the tender age of 21, he's formed his own promotions company. And armed with a mobile phone and a laptop, he's courting big business from the spare bedroom of his Wellington flat.
Thought I'd give you a call, say hi.
Sublime NZ is all about taking a product or taking a brand or taking an idea to the people. Promotional marketing, like what we do, really brings a brand to life one-on-one with consumers. Sometimes you might not even know what's happening, and it can come in various forms, in bars and clubs, nightclubs, on the street, roaming street teams.
Robert founded Sublime New Zealand just a few months ago, but he's got ambitious long-term plans.
I came back from Australia having worked 70 up to 80 hours a week running some pretty serious campaigns. I locked myself in my office at my mum and dad's house. I literally put together a business plan. First 6 months was spent emailing large clients and saying, we've got this fantastic team, fantastic new idea, give us a go.
Hey guys, how are ya?
The single most important part about Sublime NZ is our staff. Other companies make socks and they sell their socks. I produce people.
Rachel, shoulders, posture, we're business people. Good.
We don't do hot chicks, we don't do muscle-clad morons. It's about really dynamic and really charismatic staff who can confidently engage with consumers. And that's what it has to be about, rather than being just a pretty face of a brand.
So Robert can talk the talk, and he has clearly taken a few cues from his big business hero.
The long-term vision for Sublime NZ is more like that of Virgin with Richard Branson.
But right now, he's a small player in a very competitive business, and finding it tough as captain of the ship.
At the moment, I'm by myself doing everything. Planning, booking the staff, creating timesheets, then you're going to do the accounts afterwards. So I'm looking to Mike and Peter to find out how I could better manage my time and what I should be looking for to make the business more self-managing and not necessarily relying completely on me.
Time to call in our own business heroes, but Robert better look out. Peter and Mike haven't climbed their way to the top with fancy talk. They'll cut to the chase when they catch their breath.
Hello, Robert. How are you?
Very well, nice to meet you.
Peter Charles Leach, QSM. Michael Morton.
Michael, Robert Bruce, how are you? My pleasure.
The main part of your business is providing branding for companies.
What we do is what I call brand ambassadors. So we take a brand, we bring it to life, and we really reach consumers one-on-one.
Give us an example. What do you mean, bring it to life? You've lost me.
Okay. For example, rolling with the Duracell bunny. Duracell without people is nothing more than ink on batteries. It's about making that emotional connection so that when you go shopping next time, you think, I'm going to have Duracell batteries in my hairdryer or whatever. I don't have a hairdryer, but just if
Sure?
If I
You haven't got much hair, Mike.
I'm really passionate about marketing, and I think the future of marketing is about touching consumers one-on-one.
What would you like from us, Robert?
Well, I mean, I'm just really excited to just be able to bounce ideas off you and perhaps talk about how I can expand Sublime NZ into something more than just a promotional marketing agency. I'm really excited.
Look, cut to the bloody chase. Cut the bullshit. Tell us exactly what you want from us. You know, hard and next. Forget your fancy bloody bullshit language. Tell us what you want from us.
I need help from you to build my brand long term to move into other industries as well. I'd like to maybe get into consumer goods, maybe clothing and apparel, maybe Sublime NZ, export meats, but no, you know, export.
That's a dirty word. We've got opposition called export meat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, right. My bad.
Jesus, mate.
Should we cut this?
Nah, you'll take the bad news on the chin, mate, and it's only going to get worse.
Look at your poor girl, purple hands, and look at you in gloves, mate. What sort of bloke are you?
And Peter discovers a very disturbing oversight in the Chicky's chicken business.
You haven't got a lease? Very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Robert Bruce founded his promotions company Sublime New Zealand just a few months ago, and although he can certainly talk the talk, Peter and Mike are not convinced he can walk the walk, so they want to see his business in action firsthand.
Well, Robert, here we are. We're down on Lantern Key. You've got your crew down here working. I'm going to just stop and ask one of these young girls. Excuse me, dear. What's your name?
Joe.
Joe, nice. What are you doing, Joe? With
We're promoting Air New Zealand's new 3D website.
Yep.
So that you'll be the first one for special offers on flights.
Yes.
And you can also go on the draw to win a trip around the Pacific too.
All right.
There you go.
Right. Would you like a pair, Michael?
Yes, very nice.
There we are. If I can
Looks sunny
see
in
you better.
Wellington now, ain't here?
Beautiful. Got to be cool. I want to be cool. So get in the flow with the crew.
Okay, Robert, we've got, what, 5 or 6 people down here. How long have they been down here for doing this type of stuff?
They do 3 hours per day, but they've been here for the last 7 days.
Are you measuring on a daily basis how many glasses you're handing out?
Yeah, absolutely. It's about 5,000 glasses a day.
And how soon would you expect to get reaction from the client being in New Zealand, if it's been successful or not?
Oh, instant. I got a call last week saying that we've had 4,000 new applications for this particular contest.
And the client's happy?
Absolutely wrapped.
It's good, mate. The girls are all branded in the Air New Zealand. Did you come up with a steer?
Absolutely.
Yep.
We signed off on, on the logo, on the scarf, on the position of the glasses on the head. So everything has been signed off.
And the gloves, are they a Wellington thing, Robert?
Well, it's not the warmest down here today, Michael.
I suggest you lose them when you come back up to Auckland.
Hey, Michael, they certainly never wore gloves when I was a kid down in Wellington, I can tell you. Look at your poor girl, purple hands, and look at you in gloves, mate. What sort of bloke are you?
Look, I've got nothing to say about that. It's a bit embarrassing, really.
Would you like his gloves, Joey?
Oh, that'd be fabulous
They're
actually.
yours, have them.
I don't need them.
If you were to meet him, you would think he's running a multi-million company.
He's sort of trying to run before he's learned how to crawl. He's thinking bigger than what the business currently is.
His ego could get out of control if he wasn't careful.
He has a very small client base. At the moment he's doing these things where I don't think he's making a lot of money at. We need him to think more about the nuts and bolts of his business.
He's very big on the glamour side. Too many lattes.
We need to beat that glamour side out of him. I also have some concerns as what he believes is point of difference. Is it a real point of difference? These girls that go out to events, and aren't they just girls that wear lycra and bikinis and things like that? We call them ambassadors. They're not bimbos, etc. I'm not sure if there is that much difference between
There
his
is no
people.
difference. You know, good-looking girls are good-looking girls, and they normally wear short frocks, and the rest is barbecue.
I never pay that much attention to those type of things. I'm more interested in the message that they're trying to give me, to be fair.
Sky will fall in a minute, let me tell you. Keep telling porkies like that.
But the sky's far from falling in across town at Chicky's Charcoal Chicken. Peter and Mike's first visit really lit a fire under the Morgan family. They've had promotional flyers printed and have enlisted the younger members of the family to help deliver them to prospective customers. Keen to improve their profits, they're looking at cutting costs by trying to source cheaper chickens and packaging. And Peter's rocket about their lack of signage has had the desired effect. No one will mistake Chicky's for a massage parlour any longer. Meanwhile, Robert Bruce is also hard at work on a promotion for Durex at the Big Boys Toys Expo. He's supplying a team to promote the products, and the client wants to make sure they look the part.
Yeah, Jess is stunning. I mean, she's actually gone back to brunette since these photos were taken.
Oh,
but,
cool, okay.
It's Samantha. She's doing Yamaha as well. My advice would be to get all the girls to bring a pair of big stilettos or something, and they're all comfortable wearing them. All do promotions all the time for 5 or 6 hours. Got these really funky white boots, and they're only like $69 a pop. They've got these tassels on them, and they look really cool.
Yeah.
I can get you a photo of those, and they're really cheap. I'm really excited about the stuff that I'm offering. I think they're going to really be able to bring the brand to life, and most importantly, drive interest and drive sales for your products as well. And I think they'll be the perfect match for Durex.
Robert got lucky when he scored the Durex promotion and knows the value of having such a big name brand on his client list when he's touting for new business. But there's plenty of competition on the floor at Big Boys Toys, so Mike is keen to see how Robert's team shapes up.
Do they all come in one size?
Yes, no, we've got larger ones as well. We've also got the smaller version.
You better supersize me, please.
Oh, okay, well, we'll just start you on that one. You can tell us how you go.
I'll be back shortly.
Shortly.
What do you believe that your girls here are offering more than any of the other promo girls that are around here today?
There's a lot of skin-tight latex around here, and
I have noticed, to be fair.
I think the difference between my girls and the ones I've seen walking around here is that they're engaging, is that they're getting in front of people, is that they're stopping people in their steps and confidently communicating that message.
I think one of the things they could do a little bit better, Robert, instead of saying, do you want a sample, maybe use their brand. You know,
Yeah.
would you like a Durex sample,
Yeah.
world's biggest selling condom? And maybe you would say that's the client's job to say what they want them to say. But that's the difference of you offering the next level of service to those people by you coming up with those type of things. Durex, the brand, great brand to be associated with, known worldwide, etc. Have you ever asked any of them if they would act like a personal referee for your company, and that if other companies were to ring in so they'd endorse your services?
It's a good point. It's something which hasn't come up in conversation.
Mike's concerned that Robert's big plans may mean he spreads himself a bit thin.
You want to pick the ones that you're going to get the most money from and go and nail those clients and exceed their expectations.
Although Peter's disappointed to miss the show, he's busy trying to set up a meeting with top promoter Dean Lonergan.
G'day, Dean. It's your mate, the Mad Butcher. I know it's your big week with Circus Rocks, but I need your help, mate. I need to tee up a meeting with a bloke. Yeah, his name's Robert Bruce. He's a young entrepreneur. You'll do it for me? Mate, that is fantastic. I owe you some vegetarian sausages, mate.
Despite 2 years pouring everything into Chicky's charcoal chicken, the Morgans have worked themselves into a standstill. But a big rev from Peter and Mike has been taken to heart. They've upped their game in the promotions department and are keen to hear what else the experts can suggest to turn their business around.
Good news from me and Michael. We drove past your shop today and had a good look at it. The sign looked great on the front of the shop, but the window was blank. I was a bit disappointed. I thought there might have been a special on there this week. Half a chicken, only $2.90. You know, what else you been up to while we've been away?
BJ's researched a cheaper supply of chicken. Cheaper supply for packaging.
Yes.
And you've got some flyers going out as well shortly, don't you?
Yep, they've gone out.
Half out.
Yep, they've gone out.
Did you bring one in to show us?
No, sorry, Peter.
The flyer that you've sent out, what's on it?
That's got our...
The specials. We want the specials.
It's got our quarter meal and our snack burger.
Were they discounted at all, or were they at your standard price?
Standard price on those, yep.
We've given them nothing to entice them into the store, nothing to make them, I'm going to go there today or I'm going to go there this week.
See, if we do a brochure, we put a bit of bait in to hook the fish, and by that I mean we give sometimes we'll even do it below cost when we do a brochure, just to get people the call to action to come into the shop.
Your trading hours that you sent us and that, the last hour of trade that you open, you're doing 5 times the amount of customers that you're doing in your first hour of trade. I suggest you extend your trading hours. The other side of what we spoke about is your location. 80% of your people are walk-up type customers. Down the other end of the same road as what you're at, there's 3 times as many people walking around as what there is outside yours. So that would suggest,
You're in the wrong place.
if we picked up and move, what are we going to get?
Relocation sounds like a huge call, but a big jump in customers would pay the relocation costs in no time.
But if you work conservatively and said you get 60% more customers because of the amount of people around it, then we need to do the numbers based on moving of that.
And there's another reason why relocating should be seriously considered. The Morgans have neglected to tell Peter and Mike that they don't have a lease on their current premises.
You haven't got a lease? Very dangerous. Very dangerous. Not one of our shops does not have a lease.
You need to tie this up so that you're protecting your business, because currently you have no protection on your business.
Either move or lock down the lease on the existing shop. The Morgans have to make a decision. But who exactly is calling the shots here?
Nobody's sort of sitting down and saying, this is what's really got to happen.
Coming up, Robert's had enough of the Flash Harry jibes.
I might look as though I'm really flashy with all these flash things and I've got my BMW.
We never said that.
And family tensions blaze at Chicky's charcoal chickens.
Sick of working with Dad a bit. This place isn't paying me enough. It's not getting me where I want to go.
Robert Bruce impressed Mike Morton with his Durex promotion at Big Boys Toys, but he needs more clients, more business, so he's decided to move from Wellington and grab a slice of the action in Auckland. Now Robert's a very image-conscious guy and wants to ensure he makes a big splash in the big smoke.
I've got a new BMW which is really, really cool. I like going to nice bars and nice restaurants, and I like wearing nice clothes, and I justify these things as being part of my brand. But the reality is that if I look at my expense account per month, I'm spending somewhere between probably $1,500 and $2,000 a month on entertaining.
24 grand a year on schmoozing? You can be sure the Mad Butcher won't find that so entertaining.
Hi, boy.
What are you doing with the gloves on?
Good to see you again,
Mate,
Michael.
real blokes don't wear gloves. Now,
Very
take
nice
them
gloves.
off. Take them off.
You embarrass us, mate.
Mate, it's embarrassing, mate. Now listen, we've got a meeting with you,
Yep.
with the Mad Butcher of entertainment. His name is Dean Lomigan. Mate, awesome, mate.
Dean's promotional company is setting up for Cirque Rock, a big, expensive entertainment extravaganza. And Dean's been around enough to know you've got to put the money where it counts, on stage, not on being flashy behind the scenes.
I aspire to one day having the wealth that the Butcher has. In fact, I'd be happy if I could afford his rings.
Hey, cut it out. Get back to the business.
Dean's been briefed on Robert's business and his attitude, and he's ready with a short, sharp reality check.
If you go to the yellow pages with your business, I'll guarantee you there's 200 companies in Auckland alone who are trying to do what you do. You can't be doing what other people do. You've got to find your own niche, and niche is so important. The other key thing is you must pay the bills no matter what happens. And mate, I'm going to be bluntly honest here, it ain't glamorous. You just got to work a lot smarter, and the smartness comes in the planning stages. And the more profitable you are, the bigger and better events you can do, the more expansion you can have. I want those people to walk away from this show going, that's the most fantastic show I've seen in a long time. Same experience with the Mad Butcher. When you go to the Mad Butcher, you get a cheap price and quality that's discount the price but never the quality. It's no different to me. The difference is they work with you, right? You sell your meat to them once a week, right? I sell them a show once every 6 months.
Yeah.
The Mad Butcher of promotions. Let's hear you shake. Thank him, mate.
Thank you, thank you very much, Dean. It was
worries,
my
brother.
Dean,
absolute
thank you,
pleasure.
brother.
There's been some tough talking in the boardroom over Chicky's charcoal chicken. Peter and Mike were shocked to learn the Morgans don't hold a lease on their shop, so they could lose their tenancy any time. The guy suggested moving premises to a busier part of downtown Wellington. They've got to do something, but it can be hard making decisions in a family business.
A lot of the conflict that's happened in the business is there's too many chiefs and no Indians. And the chiefs go round and round in circles and don't come to agreement.
The family dynamics are still in the way. It's not really a true business partnership professional. It's more father and son, you know.
In fact, the family business looks to be breaking up. After 2 years of struggle for precious little reward, the Morgans have decided to fly the coop.
We're putting the business up for sale. Basically, BJ wants to move on. Fran and I are just losing a little bit of enthusiasm.
We need a change. We've got other business ideas we can explore, so we thought we'll move on and stop, flogging the dead horse, really.
This place isn't paying me enough. It's not getting me where I want to go. I've got this beautiful woman in Wanganui I want to go marry, and I can't do that with not enough money coming in.
All our profit we've put back into the business over the two and a half years we've had it. If we could get that back, that'd be great. Otherwise, we lose out, and we've sort of only survived and lost what was essentially our house money, so to speak.
The Morgan family are overcooked. They want out.
Trade and exchange! Trade and exchange! Trade and exchange! Here, Michael, there's the paper. You look for the ad, and I'll dress for the part. Here's the chicken man now. I'll dress for the part.
You've lost the plot, mate, completely now. Yeah, businesses, trade services. You all right? Business for sale. We've got bungee, butchery, business. Oh, here it is. Unique opportunity. Chicken roasted over hot embers. Turnover, blah, blah, blah. Wanted 140 new offer. Well, I think this is a very odd place to try and sell a business, to be fair.
Well, mate, I've got to say, I'm impressed with the size of the ad. Mate, if you blink, you miss it.
Maybe your beak's hanging over your eyes, mate.
Peter and Mike have slapped Robert Bruce round a bit, but he doesn't seem to be getting the message. If he doesn't concentrate on the bottom line, he'll end up a flash in the pan. A toilet pan.
Are you any relation to Robert Bruce, the wrestler?
No.
Because he was very good.
Was he?
Oh, big Robert.
I've heard of him, yeah.
The Scotchman. Did I ever tell you I wrestled Bill Millington?
Oh, you did, Peter. And you got selected for the team because everybody else pulled out. And you did get thrashed in your fight.
I still got in the team, mate. They call me the Butcher Hook. Let's get on with business. Look.
Yeah, you're a young guy. You're a young company. It's going to be a hard business to make a lot of money in.
It's interesting you talk about money. I've got a few cash flow issues, and sometimes I do a job.
Too many lattes on Ponsonby Road, I'd say. Let's turn up the cash.
Flash cards.
The flash card.
Flash gloves.
Leather gloves.
Leather gloves.
2 different sets of gloves.
I brought my gloves at the warehouse, son.
Well, they weren't that expensive.
No, goatskin, you told us last time.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they're expensive.
I've never seen any cheap goatskin gloves.
Well, anyways, it's not about goatskin.
Don't get prickly because we're hitting a few sore points, mate.
But it's water off a duck's back. Robert is convinced image is everything.
Do you recommend against investing in high overhead things, an office, full-time stuff? No, well, I don't think so either. But
you don't need it yet. These people aren't going to want to come and see you, mate. They want you to come and be at their beckoning call. You don't need any of that stuff. You would like it, I think, because that's your.
Love it.
That's your personality.
Love it,
that's
mate.
your personality, mate. You got the gear, the glasses, the nice leather gloves. You want to see our offices, mate?
What Michael's saying is, don't stop spending, but spend smartly.
So having an office sounds good on your card, mate. None of it's going to generate your business.
But at what point do I have to say
when you're shitload bigger than what you are?
Okay.
But wait, incredibly, there's more.
I think I might need a shadow at some point, someone who just knows exactly what I do. Even if it's as simple as if I get the flu, my company stops working, and that's pretty scary.
Eat more meat, mate. You might get the flu. Simple as that.
How many things have you actually done?
How many promotions?
Yeah.
Maybe 10, 15.
How long? And how long?
In 8 months, 10 or 15. So,
mate, you got to, learn to walk before you can run, and you can't afford any of that stuff. Okay, so you need to find a way that you can do it by yourself when you've got the flu. That it's going to do it, and that's going to be in your selection of your people, the training of your people.
Yeah, don't get your head up your backside.
Well, that's another way of putting it. Yeah.
I might look as though I'm really flashy with all these flash things, and I've got my BMW.
We never said that.
Put aside the glamour side of it, flicking from meeting to meeting and having soy lattes on Ponsonby Road. Get rid of all that, and I spend half my time in a relatively small home office, completely isolated, and that's really challenging.
Here's my card. Just give me a ring, mate.
Oh, good.
Just give me a ring.
That's great.
24-hour service, mate. And it don't cost you a penny.
Brilliant.
Coming up, the butcher smells a rat.
Well, Chicky Charcoal Chicken hasn't sold yet, Michael. It's been on the market for about 4 weeks. They said to us they had people queuing up to buy it, so I don't know what's going on, mate.
And Robert stares down the barrel of a business disaster.
If I don't make some serious strategic decisions really soon, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
Chicky's charcoal chicken is on its last legs. The Morgan family have put in the hard yards, but despite Peter and Mike's excellent advice on promoting the business, they've decided it's time to quit and have put the shop on the market.
Julie, this is the front of the shop here. People come in here, they can eat in, take out. This is an important part of the equipment here. This is our bain-marie. The chicken cooker, our uniqueness.
How many chickens can you fit?
28 on the bottom layer, 28 on the top. You have our fryers, chip hoppers, fridges, tables, chairs. Everything in here belongs to the business. And the time frame you're looking at for selling?
Ben can't really put a time frame on it because businesses take longer to sell, but we'll see what response we get out there.
All right, thank you very much.
A month later, the business hasn't sold. But a phone call from the Mad Butcher has proved a real tonic for the troops.
He left a message saying, have a positive day. No, Ben, have a positive day. And I was like,
Yeah, a positive day.
yeah, okay, maybe we need to change our whole stance on this. Maybe we need to become more positive.
In fact, business has never been better. Peter and Mike's emphasis on promotion is really hitting the spot.
Changes we've made to the business since talking to Peter and Mike have been quite exciting, actually. They've created a little bit of a stir with our neighbouring businesses.
We've increased our signage, tell people what we do. We've put music outside, and it seems as though it's buzzed a bit, it's buzzing more. Very much like what Peter was getting at all the time. He said you've got to create more activity around, create those specials that draw them in and make them look there. To be honest, it's working already. For example, last Thursday, we were $600 up to what we normally are on a Thursday. So there's definitely extra money coming in the tills.
And there's more to come. Chicky's charcoal chicken now offers home delivery.
We did a trial period with Code 7, and now we're going into their new publication, which is going to 80,000 homes in the Wellington area. We're going to see, hopefully, a big growth there.
Even so, the Morgans still want to sell. And if they can get the tills ringing, they'll find their buyer and a good price. Meanwhile, if Robert Bruce wants to pay for his flash lifestyle, he needs more clients, more work, more money. So he's really put his foot to the pedal, drumming up business all over town. He's met with the people from Student Card and sealed the deal.
Who sold the most cards?
Oh, me.
You've all sold the most cards.
He's got a Westpac Bank promotion.
Give me some Westie, yeah! Give me some Westie! Yeah, come on! Yeah!
And he's making a big play for Porsche by taking his brand ambassadors in for a meeting. All up, Robert is flat out.
Well, Robert, you've got some big promotions coming up. Do you think you can handle them, mate? Now, what about the tax problems? Have you sorted them out? And the general running of the business, do you think you've got it under control? Mate, are you sure? And you got those bloody gloves off yet?
The truth is, though, despite his best efforts, Robert is under tremendous strain trying to keep his business together.
Things are going pretty darn fast with the company at the moment. It's getting pretty overwhelming. I've had some massive clients come on board, and it's just huge. Each one of them expects me to be a 10-person team, but there is no 10-person team. It's just me, and I'm shattered. I've got staffing issues. I've got payroll issues. I've got accounting that's overdue. I've got invoicing problems. Help. I should be delegating all this stuff, but that's fine. But if you've got no flipping money to pay anyone, how are you supposed to do that? Who am I supposed to delegate to? My health and well-being is suffering. I'm working upwards of 80 hours a week, barely sleeping. I'm eating really poorly. I think if I don't make some serious strategic decisions really soon, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble.
Staring down the barrel of a nervous breakdown, Robert makes an emergency appointment with Mike Morton.
Right, Robert, what's the problem, mate?
Just some of the things are just getting too much for me, and I thought you'd be the man to speak to.
Step me through the stages of what's happening.
I've been trying to get clients to pay 50% in advance. They don't want to do it, and so I might have to carry up to $50,000 of expense.
You can't afford to.
Oh, I can't, but I can't tell them any different.
Mate, you're selling yourself that your promo people are better than that of the opposition. That's what you're billing for. If they want those attributes, they've got to be prepared to pay for them. Have you been paid from that Aussie crowd yet?
No, I haven't.
Here, there's an example, mate. You can't afford to carry those type of losses. On the sort of margins that you're working on, you're going to have to do maybe 10 or 15 jobs to recoup the losses from that one job.
It was $9,500.
Mate, you can't afford to lose that, and you're better off to miss the job than to lose those type of things. What I want you to do, Robert, is do me a breakdown of your fixed and your variable costs to the business, and then we can then go and say, okay, for every dollar we're getting in, this is the percentage that's going to be fixed, this is the percentage going to be variable, here's my wage, and this is the expected profit margin I'm going to make. And we need to build all of those things into your hourly charge out. Because at the moment, I think you have a fee that you go and charge people out for, you have a fee that you're paying them, and you believe the rest of it's profit. And that's the bottom line is telling us that's not the case, mate. You're making nowhere near the percentage as what you believe that you're making. You need to get yourself an accountant and get them to sort out all your issues for you, because you're making money, I think, at the moment by default, not by great management.
Fair enough.
Back in Wellington, Chicky's charcoal chicken is still on the market, and the Morgans are working hard to boost turnover, hoping for a good sale price. Mike pays a flying visit to check on progress.
Signs look great, mate. You know, I don't particularly like the handwritten ones, but they're working for you, so I'm now a believer. I think they look good. We've got one little issue around the corner here.
Sure, let's have a look.
Well, the end of the building looks good, mate, but I've got this huge feature wall here. Where's my sign?
Oh, I'm sorry, we still haven't got round to here, Mike.
We talked about it 6 months ago, mate. What's happening here, mate? We've shortened the hours, that was good because we weren't serving any customers, but you haven't extended them down this end of the woods. What's happening?
Still like getting to bed early, I'm afraid.
Talk to me about the lease, mate. It's all nailed?
Nothing's happening on the lease.
You're joking. Got a business, our turnover's growing, everything's starting to look good. He can come and turf you out tomorrow, mate. We need this nailed. Talk to me about turnover. Are we happy?
We're happy. It's definitely increased. I've got here $3,020 for the last 20 days from our Code 7, which is our delivery.
Perfect, mate. Hallelujah.
But coming up, the Morgans get the speed wobbles.
The turnover's going up and we're getting busier, but we haven't planned for success.
And Robert finds a big client to match his big talk.
So I'm trying to position Sublime NZ as the Porsche of promotional marketing agencies. So what better way to align?
The Morgan family has put everything they've got into Chicky's charcoal chicken over the last 2 years. They're worn out, so they've decided to sell up. Thing is, all the promotional ideas Peter and Mike came up with have worked a treat. But ironically, the Morgans are finding success just as hard to handle as failure.
One of the funny things that's happened is since we've been talking to Mike and Pete, the turnover's going up and we're getting busier, but we haven't planned for success. We're not actually coping with success. So that the whole layout of the shop is wrong. So when they're flat out, they're tripping over each other to get in the way.
Yeah.
So you really need to gut the whole building and start again and position all your stations so that you work together. And now that's becoming the new frustration. It would cost too much really to gut it and start again. You may as well move on and do what you want to do in a new building.
Although the Morgans have already decided against relocating, there is another surprise option to consider.
The man came along out of the blue, was interested in the business to franchise it. And I phoned Mike and said, "What do you think, Mike? Do you think what we've got here is good enough to franchise?" And he said, "Absolutely." And I thought, Mike believes that this can go further.
So the Morgan family has a new plan. Sell the shop, but keep the name, and put the experience they've gained to work.
And then we'll carry on Chicky somewhere else.
And then go a second time with all the knowledge and the systems and the experience really, and just do it better. It's feeling like there is actually hope for what we first dreamed when we first took it over.
A chain of Chicky charcoal chickens. Robert Bruce was so busy drumming up more work for his promotions company, he ran out of time to manage the business. But thanks to an emergency meeting with Mike Morton, things are looking up. Robert's got the business under control, and just as well, he's got a big job with a big name, Porsche.
Obviously working with Porsche is massive for Sublime NZ. I've been approaching them for the last sort of 12 months. I've been on their case every day saying, let me work for you, let me provide some staff. And finally Grant Smith, who's the general manager, has said, yep, let's go with it. So the first thing we're doing is the launch of the Martini fashion range. Obviously it's a premium brand. I'd love to align with it because I think we share the same values. I'm trying to position Sublime NZ as the Porsche of promotional marketing agencies. So what better way to align than with the best?
This is your uniforms for the night. Do you remember which size pants you're in?
The team, which is partly made up of guys and girls, their role is to showcase this fantastic range of Martini fashion wear. It's very exclusive. It means mixing and mingling with the guests, giving as much background as they can, giving as much of the story as they can about the Martini era. How's it going?
Great.
Good? Going good? Probably don't need all 5 of you together, just try and sort of disperse a little. So it needs to be bigger energy than what's there right now. You've seen our new range, yeah, come on.
Don't you love it?
Do you love this?
Oh yes, fast cars, beautiful people, free bubbly. And here's a surprise. Mike Morton has turned up.
What sort of cars were they driving?
Porsches, obviously.
Couldn't have gone any better. It was really great. Grant from Porsche was stoked. He was wrapped from what I could see. People loved the outfits. The staff looks great. They were just beaming the whole night. It's just exciting. We've got the top of the range Porsches. We've got the who's who of the fashion industry. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah, look, I think he's done a good job. They're really friendly staff. They've got good personality. They're attractive, but they're not over the top, so you don't feel intimidated by talking to them. The brand Porsche is synonymous with quality and prestige. If you're associated with good brands, it shows you some sort of level of confidence and credibility if you're looking at employing them.
Name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen.
The Morgan family may have decided to get out of the chicken takeaway business, but thanks to Peter and Mike's advice on how to better promote the business, they've dramatically increased their turnover and have received an answer to their prayers, a buyer and a very good price.
Must admit, it's been hard working with Mum and Dad. It's been really good. I've learnt a lot, and we've learned a lot about each other.
We learned a lot more about business since we've been in Chicky, so yeah, we want to develop that.
The Morgans have a new lease on life and finally time to devote to the things that really matter to them.
Oh, we're going to enjoy our dad for a little while. I enjoy my husband, and we might get a whole weekend away. That'll be terrific. We've still got a younger family. We want to be able to give quality time to the children we have left at home. Yeah, just a normal life actually would be quite nice.
Thanks to Robert's hard work and Peter and Mike's prudent, sometimes brutal advice, Sublime New Zealand has now enjoyed a run of successful promotions with leading brand names. Robert's leading the life he'd like to become accustomed to. He's got another flash car, and that's not all.
Well, welcome to the brand new Sublime NZ office. It's on Ponsonby Road in sunny Auckland. I've got an account service office, I've got the boardroom, and we've got a really fantastic reception area. Just beautiful surroundings. Reminds me of a New York loft, although I haven't been to New York yet. It's great, and I can tell you now, a whole lot better than working out of my bedroom like I have been this year.
Even at $400 a week, Robert reckons it's money well spent.
I looked at the finances briefly and got myself this office. Do you think it looks better in the middle like that, or slightly up?
I reckon like that.
Like that? Cool. Yep, looks good. This will enable me to have as many as 6 to 10 people working here full time, long term. And in order for the company to grow, it's what has to be done. The only reason that I can justify having these staff is that there's an increase in business. Sublime NZ has grown from just me to having an account coordinator and account executive. Okay, girls, let's have a quick look. What have we got happening this week? MTV, we've got that on Friday night. Is that all under control?
Yeah, I confirmed Natalie and Alexis for that one.
All right, girls, we've got a lot going on, but I'm sure you'll be able to handle it. So look, let's get into it. Go hard. Cheers.
Next time in A Mad Business, a struggling inventor gets more than just good advice.
I'm very happy to have you guys in my life at the moment, actually.
Well, you should be. You're 10 grand richer.
And could the racetrack really be the fast track to riches?
Well, here I am standing in the pits. This is the moment. Fingers crossed. I'm so excited.
Mike and Peter delve into the world of beauty.
Feel like Ray Charles.
You look like a dickhead, mate.
And are not happy with what they find.
You're calling someone else in, and you're sitting there with you on your backside. Well, here we are, Michael at Chicky's, the chicken store. I got to be on. Chicky. Well, Michael, here we are. Chicky's Chicken over there. What's the name of the company? Chicky Charcoal Chicken. Yeah, we're battling, mate. We've only got 35 shops. We need your help like a lead closer. You're lucky you never got the 50,000 ring bang. That's right, the Mad Butcher's pork flavour sausages.
I didn't expect you to come down in the car boat and make a big twig of yourself, mate. Lunatic.